Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers, including Peter Berryman, John Robertson, Brandon Trano, and IndyCar World Champion Alex Palou. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the iRacing Formula 3.5 Championship here at Spa. And we are ready to rock and roll once again for another round of the 3.5 Championships. I'm Austin. I'm joined by Dennis Branch, who's copied himself over to the production booth as well as Dennis Branch. And you're here live watching Apex Racing TV. Dennis, how are you feeling about today? And yeah, you're on the mic for once.
I tell you what, I am excited. It is Spa. Anything at Spa is awesome. One of the best tracks ever. And open wheel cars at Spa especially. So yeah, this will be a good one.
It certainly is looking to be a fantastic race. A lot of excitement heading into this race from a lot of the drivers. And speaking of the drivers, some of the sporting new paint schemes today. Eddie Samborski. Where is that green car gone of yours? It's looking a little bit more camo-ish there today. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Change up is always, it's always neat to see something new. And yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I love it. I hope it's not just a one-off testing livery. Looking at some of the drivers out here, James Byrne. It's currently qualifying right now. James J. Pinsker, he is back. After 2 weeks, James is back on there. Someone to watch for in qualifying is the use of different wing angles. You see James Pinsker, he's in that high downforce wing angle. If we go to James Byrne, he is elected to James is hi James.
Yeah, looks like James is Byrne is it's got to be medium.
That is the medium downforce. I want to highlight what James A. Piestier was doing right there. Was that a last-minute attempt to scrub some heat into the tires?
Yeah, actually, these tires are. I mean, you've driven this car. I've driven it. It can take some work to get the heat in. The second lap is always faster.
I just never seen that strategy work for it, and I feel like us highlighting that might have highlighted what James Pinsker's out of world pace and qualifying is.
Hey, you never know.
Eddie, take note. Eddie, take notes.
The tricks of the trade.
Tricks of the trade right there. Thing is though, if you lightly spin this car in qualifying, it will give you a furled black flag. Like, you can just get yourself disqualified by spinning.
I know that. I think they need to address that. They need to fix that. I understand they're trying to
They're
keep
trying to crack
people,
down on people
yes,
from doing donuts.
or
like they
yeah,
were.
from people trying to break drag and that kind of stuff. But if you spin, you shouldn't be penalized just because you make a mistake. Yeah.
But that's how the Formula 3 cars were doing it. So it's not really one way of solve. It's the most simple way of solving it. Just, hey, if you're just lighting up the tires, we're gonna get you. I don't know. I'm not gonna go political on that.
No, it's not a political thing. It's just
Racing political.
You know, it's like a lot of rules that exist for a lot of things that it's designed to eliminate the behavior of just a few bad people, and the people that wind up paying the price. Yeah, the people that wind up paying the price are just your everyday regular Joes.
AKA me.
Yeah, you and me both, man. You and me both.
Well, James Pinsker, he set purple in sector 2 and 3 and 4.
Top of the chart. Look at that. There it is.
On top of the charts by 9/10 of a second.
That's a statement. That is a statement.
Josh Stewart, Solomon Road America. Unfortunately, had a little bit of a wobbly wiggle right there. And, well, I heard he's nursing that grass baby really well. Hasn't settled on a name, but I did joke it was shrubbery.
Is it teething yet?
I don't know if it's teething. I think it might have got its first weed the other day. But, yeah. Stewart also, I think Stewart and the rest of the Downforce Racing drivers are all sporting a new, that new updated camo livery. I gotta say, I'm loving cool. I'm loving this 2022 Downforce Racing car. It's a really nice looking car, I gotta say. Samborski coming across Blanchemont into the not bus stop chicane. And onto the front straightaway.
Is this his final lap?
Yep, this will be his final lap. Comes across the line. And he improves, but doesn't improve by a spot. Saito. Yuta Saito will be starting in second place. James J. Pinster, the last car out on track. We got 30 seconds left for James. This is just a victory lap for James right now. Let's come back to the series and look at James J. Pinster on that lower downforce.
Yeah, he's running medium as well. Yeah.
That was higher downforce though when we first went to him.
Well, he could have gone in and changed. You know, he may have run in, set his pole lap, and decided to come out. Maybe he's running high downforce for Q, but then he's going to run medium for the race. I've done that myself, so that's certainly possible.
It will certainly make people passing you on the straights a lot harder, but it's James J. Pinsker starting up a pole, followed by Yuta Saito in second place, Edward Samborski, followed by Kostas Zafaris, Jesus Sieg, Josh Stewart, Dennis Cornu, Javier Pamonti, Ben Holko, Mark Pontic, Cal Young, and Alessandro Logani. Behind them, Jamie Byrne, Miguel Crespo, Javier Espozna, followed by James R. Burr, Frank Benedict, Daniel Gallus, Nick Phillips, Antonio Alvarez, and Marcus Puniques. At the end of our 21 cars lined up here at Spa. I was about to say Legacy Spa because, you know, they're updating Spa in real life, and I gotta say.
Yeah, I saw that. It's gonna be cool.
It's looking pretty good. It's looking really exciting, and I can't wait for that hashtag soon.
And here comes the run up to, you know, one of the most difficult runs in first corners in racing. La Source, it's so tight. Everybody is trying to make up spots. And man, does this generate carnage.
And look at the wing selection. Yuta with that medium downforce.
Yep.
I'm seeing a lot of drivers
lot
going
of them,
with medium downforce
Yep.
right here. Eddie Samborski's got a medium downforce. Everybody's running with medium downforce for the race. But in qualifying, it seemed like it was a high downforce right there. But yeah, that is interesting. Everybody going for the medium downforce. And if James goes on to the high downforce, he's the last one on here, he will be at a significant advantage. But no, everybody's on medium downforce here. Whoa, color me silly. I've never seen this one before.
Lights are up.
Well, lights are on. It's time to rock and roll here at Spa. So it's green, 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 and away we go right now. We got one driver in the background on high downforce. Not sure who that is, but heading into the source on lap 1. They're 3 wide in the midfield right there, but it's Pinsker, Saito, Samborski, Zafira, Sieg, Stewart, Cornu, Coco Bolani, Young, Ponic, Lagari, Espinoza, Burn and Burn, Crespo, Benedict, Gallus, Phillips, Alvarez, and Pudigas. Your running order right now as they head through up Radion and El Rouge.
All clean. Unbelievable. I would not have guessed it. But good job. Good job.
Very good job by all these drivers side by side. Heavy. Oh, and there's the contact right there. Big crash. Pile up into the space program goes Cal Young.
Oh, man. I cursed it. What was I thinking?
Your first time on the mic.
I tell you what,
everybody.
man. Maybe that is a sign. That is a sign.
The sign that I need a permanent partner. If you'd like to try out the commentary on Apex Racing TV, check our website. Click the link below.
As soon as things settle down in a second, we'll get a replay of that. But that was definitely the big one.
Josh Stewart involved again. That is so unfortunate for Josh Stewart. Get our timing tower up and running right now. Look at that around the outside move for Javier Pamati. The thing is, though, Javier, he's got a damaged car.
Yeah, he's got a bent front wing. Yep.
Yeah, he's already on the medium downforce, so he's on the lower grip. And yep, there's the commentator's curse right there. I didn't. Oh, that's Mike. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
All right, let's see if we can get a replay of that. One sec.
There's a big lockup heading to the bus stop chicane. As here's our replay.
Oh no, this is the start. Sorry.
Well, it was all at the start too. Frank Benedict did get a good see of that, and Frank Benedict getting a very slow launch off the line into the source. And when you head into the source, you side by side with somebody. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking, but right here, Josh Stewart. Oh, that is some net code right there. You see Cal Young just. I don't know how to make sense of what just happened right there.
Yeah, it all got started with Josh, but
Josh got onto the curb just a little bit and then got shot off into the line, and then it was just a check.
yeah, that whole little section, Lacombe and Malmedy, that is, especially lap 1, that is a tough one.
They all checked up right there, and it's kind of a blind corner. We got a car around. That is Burn.
Couple of them, yeah. Burn and
the right way. Is Burn the right way or is it the other? Okay, it was Alvarez and Burn. Alvarez is pointing right. Burn is pointing backwards. But that's over at No Name Corner. And this race has gone from pretty okay to absolutely horrendous.
Alvarez just too much mustard, and here comes.
Burn has already spun around.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just two separate incidents at two separate, uneven mustard applications of the throttle.
Gotta be even with the mustard.
You always gotta be even the mustard. You know, you don't want too much mustard on one side or the other. Because when you take a bite of that sandwich, it's just gonna one side's gonna be all right. The other side's not gonna have a little bit too little. The other side's gonna have too much, and you're gonna be pointed backwards on the racetrack.
front, James has already got a 1.3 second gap. Pretty typical for James.
Eddie Samborski in third place, tracing down Yuta Saito. Top three in their own little world right now, and all three of them on that medium downforce. None of them gambling for that higher downforce advantage, but Samborski trying that new livery juju that seems to work, as in the background, Crespo and Espinosa have had a overtake. As Maximum Bowie, who had a fantastic race in Road America last time in the broadcast, quotes, "I'm glad to set out for this one." Well, Max, we're glad that you're around and enjoying this race and not, well, enjoying the race with us, either on track or just chilling. And just enjoying the race from the comfort of your own home. As Javi Espinosa under attack by Lagani. And Lagani is the driver on that high downforce setup. So they can really push these corners right here. You see it hugging that inside line, then swinging it around the outside. Alessandro absolutely making it work. He's already 5 spots from where he qualified and started up into 7th place. Fantastic move. And that high downforce car might really help him out here today.
It's definitely helps him in the middle sector. It's just the first and third. If you can make up enough time in the middle sector, then get out, get away from the guy behind you, get him out of your draft. Yeah, high downforce can work.
Yeah, he did get ahead of Javier Espinosa and James R. Byrne, but now this is the real test for him. Can he stay ahead of these two who are going to be rocket ships, little rocket ships, down the Kennel Straight and through El Rouge Radion? And this corner is just so fun. And, the new El Rouge Radion is going to be, rocket ships, immediate, no challenge at all from Alessandro. And, he gained 1, he's lost 2 right there. And he can't gain them back. He's right all over them, too. So he's going to have his advantage right here. And this is going to be a big talking point right now. Down to the inside goes Alessandro. Well, that's 1. And
see, now the high downforce is coming into its own. It's just the first and third sector. Alvarez into the wall.
Oh, Alvarez. Second mistake of the day in the wall. And, that's a toe into the pit lane. Speaking of the pit lane, Javier Pamonti is the only... Javier Pamonti, Dennis Cornu, and Josh Stewart. Josh is not in there right now. Here's the whole replay of Antonio Alvarez driving for the Huge Ash team. And that's pretty much what we saw on lap 1 of 2 drivers. Just too much mustard into there, and the car just keeps on rotating right. Good showing from Zafaris right now. Kostas Zafaris, international driver, ahead of Miguel Crespo. Currently sitting there in the top 5. As Miguel up 8 spots from a start. He was around all that kerfuffle that happened in front of him with that incident surrounding Bamonti, Cornu, Byrne, Alvarez, Holko, Stewart, and Young. I believe Cal Young has returned from orbit, by the way.
Yeah, that was a hit. That was definitely a hit.
That is about the 5th space launch I saw this morning. From this cast and then the cast before this in the VRS Community Cup that we were covering from our brand new studio in Corby. We were highlighting some of the NASCARs and GT3s and MX5s, and there was a couple space launches in the final 3 races. I gotta say that was a fun time.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that. I didn't see any of it.
I can let you know, each of the NASCAR races ended with me just talking my head off extremely fast.
See, Alessandro gets around again, and he's got the pace in this middle sector.
He needs to get that gap.
He's got to, exactly, he's got to pull it out.
Yeah, 1.4 seconds is what we're looking for Alessandro right here. That's where the draft really pops in with these cars. But even without the draft, he's going to be slower down that front straightaway. But 1.4 is what he's looking for. But realistically, I'm going to have to say about 1.8 for Alessandro to stay ahead throughout that section. And coming out of
he's at 1.7 now, yeah.
He's just going to be at risk of being caught again. But he's definitely got the pace around here. And this could be something to just keep following. Now, his times are not James A. Pinsker, Yuta Saito, Eddie Samborski fast, but, you know, he's going to be very consistent with this car for a while. I'm not pressuring these tires a lot, and I feel like tires at the end of this race for the medium downforce cars are going to be at a big disadvantage.
Well, he was 9/10 faster than Espinoza.
Man, 9/10 faster. That gap sitting at 1.6 heading into La Source.
I think he's good. I think he's got it.
I feel like I want to say he's got it, but you know, that medium downforce car is so fast. It's out to 1 second now.
Man, look at him reel him in.
So it's about, they're about a second faster. As that's Kostas Zafaris. So there's commentator's curse for me. I complimented good showing by him, and around goes the Lagoni for 6th place. And this is Zafaris behind Miguel Crespo.
All in his
And,
own.
oh, just got onto the curb.
Yeah, there's a bump there on that curb that is just... It's one of those little invisible landmine bumps.
And these cars do not like
No,
any
they
sort
do
of
not.
bumps.
They're so stiff. Yeah, you cannot hit that bump. You either have to be all the way up on that curb or stay away from it.
Yeah, when we went to Zandvoort, there's a landmine. The community calls that corner the landmine corner because if you hit that, your car is jumping up into the air. And
yeah, there used to be one like that at Donington. Yep, and on the run down the hill.
Yeah, on the very right side of the curves.
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is because I've hit that multiple
I
times.
I hit that one at Donington in the MP430 years ago, and it literally just threw me up in the air, and that was it. Race done.
I love Maximilian Bowie's comment. Soon, just won't be able to commentate in fear of rooting people's race. Join the dark side.
Yeah.
We don't do it on purpose, but we do have a blanket of, hey, we have no control over what people do and control their cars. And currently, I have the record for the most cars crashed.
Something happened to Javi. He was behind Alessandro. What happened to? Let's take a quick look.
Espinoza?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think anything really. Oh, I think he went off at La Source. Just gone a little bit. Well, no,
just too deep into the bus stop. Yep. That's easy to
bus
do.
Stop, up and over the bump. Now, if he hit that wrong, he could have got floor damage too.
Yeah.
But look at the floor of that car. It looks pretty fine. Yeah, loving to see all the medium downforce wings out there too. After what seems to be like a year and a half of commentating these cars, you would rarely see medium downforce being used. We're seeing a lot more of it here today, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I'm much more of a, I prefer as much downforce as I can possibly pile onto the car. Unless you're someplace like Monza. Yeah, I like.
So you expect that, but they never actually. They always put higher downforce than Monza.
Well, I keep thinking in my mind. I'm thinking of the the bigger open wheel cars, like the MP430 or the Mercedes, the
I'm talking about
W12.
this car. This car. Always
I
stick with
know,
this
I
car.
know. But even if I would run low downforce at Monza, even in this car. That's just speed is king at that track. There's nowhere where you're gonna make up enough time to offset the higher downforce of a medium.
You me host a session after this.
I tell you, you really don't want to do that.
Oh, you do. We're gonna stream it too.
Frank is right on the tail again. Daniel, ooh, is he gonna get him?
It gets all the way out to the grass right there. Benedict around the outside. Up through El Rouge Radion and into the Colonel Straight. Side by side into the braking zone. Swings it right there. Frank Benedict up into 9th place. And Daniel Gallus and Mark Ponick are now going to have a little bit of a scrabble fight right now. As Mark on the heels of Frank. As on the heels of Daniel. And he's really got into that draft too. So could have a little bit of run as the driver tower is going to be turning red just a little bit. That's drivers getting an off track right there based on our GPS of the map. Now, it's not an iRacing off track. It is our GPS version of the off track. Now, Spa is running that new off track model that iRacing has implemented. Great side-by-side fight. Mark Ponick on the outside, now on the inside, side-by-side, the double left-hander, double right-hander. And it's going to be Mark sitting in 11th. Let's right on board of Mark Ponick as we race through Trevor Paul Ferrer and up into Blanchimont. Got the run. Looking for that outside move.
Yeah, see, he doesn't want to do it. It's a sketchy move to go around the outside at Blanchimont.
Max Verstappen did it.
Yeah.
And hard onto the brakes. Mark Ponick going to be on the outside. Now he's got the inside. He's alongside of him. Side by side they go, but around the outside, off the exit, Gallus just puts the power down and was able to stay ahead of Mark Ponick. Ponick going to try to switch back, but no, Gallus is still right there. Now, around the outside for Ponick. He's going to have an opportunity as they go side by side once more. And now Ponick's going to have that inside line heading into El Rouge Radion. They're still going to be side by side. Here we go. Who's going to blink first there? Neither of them are going to blink right there. It's a little bit wide away from Mark Ponick, but coming out of nowhere. Look at that. That's Pudikas coming out of nowhere. Marcis, Pudikas. They're going to go 3 wide down the straightaway. And Marcis, Pudikas out of nowhere, 3 wide, heading into the break zone. They both check up. Mark Ponick sends it in there, shoots the moon. Up in a 10th.
He did well to survive that. That's going too wide up through Eau Rouge that's a sketchy move.
That is,
and that's
it's
what
really
that's
sketch.
that's what slowed him down enough. Yeah.
And Daniel Gallus lost 2 spots. He's now sitting in 12th place.
Yeah, it doesn't typically pay off to try to go too wide through there. It's best bet if you're not completely ahead, back out. And get the run up to up the straight. You have to go too slow.
It's just one of those things where if you're side by side with somebody through El Rouge Radion, it becomes a measuring contest, I guess.
Yes, it is. There it is. Exactly.
It's an ego measure.
It is.
Contest. It's like I will not blink. It's like, no, I will not blink. All right, let's do it.
Let's see who's gonna die then.
I can tell you what, nobody died right there. I'm all for it, and I gotta tell you, loved it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It definitely looks cool.
It definitely looks cool. It's entertaining to watch. It's not fun to do it.
I can tell both the drivers midway through that corner, it's like, this is not a good idea.
James has got 5.5 seconds, man.
James A. Pinsker doing James A. Pinsker things.
Last lap.
Welcome.
Was purple lap 2:01.3.
Only driver in the 201s right now. Only driver.
Yeah, he's pulling out
8 tenths is the
8
next
tenths
fastest
last
lap.
lap. Yep, look at that. 6 tenths, 6 tenths, 4 tenths.
Ludicrous. ludicrous. Oh. Glad we aren't racing at Interlagos.
Why is that?
A sinkhole has opened up there.
The sinkhole has opened up. Well, okay. Well, when you build a racetrack, you know, right around a bunch of lakes.
A body of water.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I'm amazed that stuff like that doesn't happen more often.
That's going to be making its rounds on Twitter. That was highlighted in our Apex Racing TV commentator Discord, where it was just like, hey, the Interlagos Saturday iRacing, get on it. They attached the photo of the pothole right there, and that's no pothole, that's a freaking sinkhole.
That is a hole for sure. Doesn't matter what you call it, it's a hole. And these two are our closest battle on the track right now. Everybody else is kind of spread out.
Side by side, heading into the source. Punticus being overtaken by Daniel Gallus, but you know, he's in that right place, right time.
Yeah,
into El Rouge Radion.
I'd rather be the trailing car right here, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, but not when you do that. Oh, a little bit too wide. You can get a slowdown penalty, but Marcis in the right move, and oh, that's Daniel Gallus weaving and breaking.
That's a little too much weaving for me.
Yeah,
he's
three
far
moves.
enough ahead that, yeah, he's far enough ahead that nobody's gonna, you know, report it or anything, but yeah.
3 moves is like the bare maximum for me. It's like, I'm okay with going down to the inside, then outside, the back to the inside.
Yeah.
Well, like that is good, but not 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Like,
I agree with you.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't reactionary.
Exactly. Yeah, he wasn't trying to block. He's just trying to break that draft.
Yeah, if it was blocking, that would have been a report all day. But, you know, drivers will do anything to break that draft. If there's a guide to how to stay ahead,
you know, I don't typically do that. You know, because every time you start weaving, you're scrubbing your own speed as well. So there's a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah, there's a checklist of how to stay ahead. Now, one is obviously be faster than the guy beside you. That's obviously number one. Here's a replay of Zafaris.
This is into the bus stop.
Is this another...
Did he just overcook it? Yeah, a little too much.
Well, he saved it, though.
Well done. Yeah, it is so easy to do.
Obviously, A, stay faster than them. B, put them in a situation that they have to make a mistake. And that's like, oh, force them to go down to the inside of this corner, but the inside of this corner leads into a chicane. As Pudikas side by side with Daniel Gallus. It's around the outside this time. No amount of weaving will help Daniel stay ahead. Pudikas around the outside. Beauty of a move right there. Put them into a mistake, fake them out. Those are like the main 3. Then try to break the draft behind them. Try to break the draft. And then there's always option 42. We don't talk about option 42. That's where you just dump them.
Option 42. I did not know about that one.
Well, it's so far down the list, we don't talk about option 42.
I see.
See, I kind of skipped 37 numbers.
Yeah.
mean, it's just a last resort type of thing, but it's always, it's in that dark hole that you don't go to. Gallus in the draft. Pudikas. Now on the defense from Daniel Gallus. Comparing their gap to last time, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, these two have been connected for most of the race.
Inseparable. But
And Daniel's got the advantage now. He's the trailing car. You get that slingshot all the way up to Lecombe.
And while we're looking at this, there's another moving story going on. Last lap, our buddy Alessandro Lagani, the high downforce driver, put down a 2:02.9. Car ahead of him, Miguel Crespo, did a 2:03. Everybody else on the medium downforce are starting to slow down. The tires are wearing out.
Yeah,
so Alessandro
exactly.
Lagani, in a few laps, might be in contention for top 5 right here. As Mark Ponick and Benedict's off the track. Benedict is off, and there's Benedict. He's off in the gravel. Yeah, this is what happened. Ponick was on the inside.
Yeah.
And, I feel like there was just a little bit netcode at the start of that, and then...
there was a bit, but they were pretty close. I don't...
At the turn in, when they turn in. I don't think at the turn in, they touched at first, but it looked like the car jumped up in the air just a little bit. Unfortunate contact right there. Mark Ponick and Benedict. Ponick now in 9th. Benedict falls down to 13th.
Yeah, that whole section, Lecombe and Malmedy through there, that's like a netcode hangout. I mean, netcodes happen there so often with so many cars.
And we get into these faster cars, the area of netcode gets a lot bigger than what it would usually be in,
Yes.
like, an MX-5 or
Absolutely.
or Formula V is skipping, because we've seen wheel-to-wheel bumping racing in the ARL MX-5 Cup. Sure, netcode happens there, but
Ooh.
that is a big slide for Gallus, and that's what Pudikas wants, because with Gallus sliding, here comes Phillips to attack Gallus.
Did a good job to hold on to it. Way off track, and that can be a slowdown if you don't get back on track quick enough.
Yeah, that would be a slowdown, but he's lined himself up onto the rear end right there to get that draft. The thing is, though, if you get too close to the cars behind, as he, is really aggressive right there, trying to chase down Gallus. Now, if you're too close to the car ahead of you, getting that draft, the amount of slipstream that you're going to get advantage, it starts to get more minimum.
Yeah, if you pop out, because you have to pop out at some point, and if it's too quick, you don't want to pop out until
the last moment.
Yeah, and say 3/4 of the way up the Kimmel Straight.
Yeah, but if you initiate the draft heading into on a straightaway, I saw this in the Daytona 24-hour on the final lap of the MX-5s. The lead pack was always unable to pass heading into turn 1 because they were on their bumper. And then on the final lap, the guy in second place dropped back to about half a second through the bus stop, and he gained a much better run through the oval that he was able to use that extra momentum to pull himself ahead.
Yeah,
because he
I
wasn't
saw
getting
that.
that momentum push.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's what he kind of had to do. So, just being behind the guy in front of you doesn't always work.
No, you have to absolutely time it right.
Yeah.
Speaking of time, James J. Pacer's got 9.2 seconds. That's pretty healthy.
That's timing it right to a ridiculous amount of level. Like, James, I don't... You were gone for 2 weeks, and you go back to do this. Yeah, welcome back, buddy.
Utah's just kind of in his own race there. These races where everything spreads out can get a little boring. You wind up in that bubble. Guy in front's pulling away, guy behind, he's dropping back.
Yeah, and you know, I mentioned the new off-track model here at Spa. Well, our SDK Gaming uses the old off-track model where, you know, we have GPS markers around the track.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
off-tracks. And Dennis, you want to bring up the off-track numbers for a few of these drivers?
Let's see.
Now, this is how many times drivers have left the track. James A. Peasker, 50.
Yeah. Not an actual 50, just
Just
yeah.
how many times they've left the track. And, you know, Spa is... I remember Spa in the old days, you know, before, you know, drive-through penalties were a thing. It's basically, when you race here, you were expected to lose SR. And that's basically how everyone ran it. It's just murder the track limits, go as fast as you can. That was Spa 24-hour mentality, and that was also Spa just any race at Spa mentality.
Yeah, the new system is great. I like it a lot.
And any hosted race at Spa mentality, I must say that too. Miguel Crespo. Okay, that's my favorite downforce livery. The yellow trim and the blue base. The blue camo and the black
yeah, it does look cool. It does look cool.
That's my favorite right there.
I think I would agree with you there.
I want a die cast of that. And the number 50 money team car at Daytona. You know, I think there is a company that does do die cast of your iRacing car. But Crespo.
Yeah. Crespo is under attack. Langoni is last lap was 202.1.
Then last lap from Miguel Crespo, 203.4.
Yeah.
So a second faster by Alessandro Lagani. That higher downforce really helping him out in the later stages of this race.
Yeah, but it might be too late though. It's the problem is these races are short. If this race was if this race was a 45-minute race, high downforce would be the way to go all day.
Yeah, but it's kind of a sprint race here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Lagoni. He's going to have to really earn this second place because we saw on how many laps it took for him to pull away from a medium downforce car. But you can see he's caught right onto him in this lap. But as they get onto that front straightaway, it's not going to be his game right here. He's going to have to wait towards lap 17 with 2 laps to go to really make that move happen because now this is the advantage Crespo.
I think he's got to not wait. I think he's got to get in front and pull away because otherwise he's just going to get drafted up to the bus stop. He's got to get this done quick.
Yeah, but you see the speed difference heading into the bus stop.
He's got
It's got to be next lap. He's going to have the advantage next lap because he was about a second and a half behind him. And you lose about a second if you got the medium downforce car behind you. In the straight line, you're going to be losing about a second ahead of you, even if you're using DRS to stay with them.
Yeah, see, last lap, he was only about 0.2 quicker, so he's in that dirty air. Even with the high downforce, it's still going to slow him down.
Yeah, 2 laps to go for Alessandro Lagani. Can he get that top 5? Storming through El Rouge and riding on DRS wide open right there, trying to, minimize the drag. That high downforce is pulling off. You got a lapped car right there. That is one of the Byrne father-son team. Not brothers, it's father-son. And now this is the advantage Alessandro. He's behind by half a second. We saw him close that second gap through this corner complex. Let's ride on board of Alessandro Lagani. Right now, heading through no-name corner right on that gearbox. He's going to have to really storm through Pujon.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, he has got that move around the outside of Pujon. Alessandro Lagani Oh, he's really set himself up for a great move down to the inside, heading to Village on Miguel Crespo. Alessandro, take a bow. What a move, P5. But now he's got to get a second ahead of Miguel Crespo. So the white flag is in the air. And one more lap to go. Crespo, 6/10 behind Lagani. Lagani going to have to really push this car, make it wide, make it a little bit more difficult for Crespo, because Crespo, he's going to have the draft back, and he's going to have the opportunity to get that position back.
He's got to defend.
Into the bus stop.
Oh, yeah.
And Lagani, Crespo not taking the advantage right there, because
he's going to wait. He knows he can get him up the straight. He knows he can do it.
And Lagani pulling down to the inside. And the white flag is out. Lagani, I think he let Crespo by.
I think you're right. I think he knows.
Or he did what I've done on multiple times and thought that was a checkered flag. For a second.
It's possible.
Because I've done that many
I've
times.
seen it. I haven't done it, but I've seen it happen. That's got to be a bad feeling.
White flag in the air. 8/10 separate Lagani and Crespo. 9/10 now. 1 second separates these two. I think Crespo played that to his advantage right there. Lagani letting him by really put him into the downward spiral seat right there, because now he's going to have to gain that second back that he just gave up on the last lap.
He's too far back, I think.
I think you might be right. We saw him really pressuring Crespo. 8/10 now separates them. It through Puon. Lagani's going to have to really storm it once again. I'm deja vu. I swear I've said this before. 4/10 separate them now. Heading into Puon. Last opportunity. Crespo goes wide. Lagani on the inside of the line now. Now he's forced onto the outside. And Lagani and Crespo side by side. They make the move pass as James J. Pinsker, easy as pie, Saturday afternoon drive, takes the win here at Spa. It's Miguel Crespo. Loses the spot to Lagani. Lagani, we thought he was out of the fight right there. A second back on the straight. He got him, but now 6/10 heading into Blanchimont on the bus up chicane. Can Crespo take Lagani back? He's now 1/10. 2/10 now separates them. Here comes Crespo. Lagani defending onto the inside. Crespo all up in that draft, looking onto the outside line, heading into the bus up chicane. Who's going to be in 5th place? Lagani has got him right there. Has got to make sure he doesn't light up the tires right there. Lagani, high downforces his way into the top 5, up 7 spots. What a drive by the Italian. Number 19 in the field too. One of the bottom rated drivers here in this stacked SOF grid. Zafaris comes up in 7th, followed by Espinosa, Ponic, and Pudikas finishes out your top 10.
Yeah, that was smart. He let him go. He knew he could get it back in the middle sector. Smart. Well played.
Well played indeed. And, they were giving us a bit of a showdown out today on. I can tell you that. So here is your race results here today. James J. Pinsker, once again, takes a win on his return back to the series ahead of Yuta Saito. Editor Sam Borski comes up in 3rd, followed by Jason Sieg. Alessandro Lagani, fantastic strategy call to be running in the high downforce. Pulled himself up to 5th place, followed by Miguel Crespo, Kostas Ferris, Javier Espinoza, Mark Ponic, Marcius Pudikas, Daniel Gallus, Frank Benedict, Javier Boati, Nick Phillips, Dennis Cornu, Jamie Byrne, and James R. Byrne in 16th, 17th. Antonio Alvarez, Ben Hoko, Cal Young, I think is seeing a Martian, and Josh Stewart, who I think is having another kid. Well, that is the end of the race. Next week, we do head to Okayama, and Okayama in the hills of Japan. Can you think of another better course? You are. you are in the minority. In these cars, it's a lot of fun. In these cars, it's a lot of fun. I gotta say that long back straight, perfect for drafting moves, opportunities, and it is such a very, it's a very classic track. The final sector in these cars can get a little bit tight, and hopefully everybody takes it very calmly into there because you got that first turn. It's a very wide turn, and then it kind of tightens down to that hairpin, and then it's just hairpin fall by hairpins. It's a very good fighting track, but in these cars, it's just an absolute wonderful thing to see. It's an FX5 track. It's a perfect rookie track. It's a perfect rookie track all the way up into. I remember a Skippy race I had there. It's just nose tail the entire time, and it was just awesome. Uh, but yeah, Okayama, that's gonna be a lot of fun. We got 30 laps in there, and somebody who would be looking forward to Okayama, I guess, is Eddie Samborski. Eddie, how you feeling after today?
I would have rather have had second. Couple costly half spins there, trying to really make up ground, and it bit me. I don't know what lap one was. I was out of my mind. I mean, too wide on low downforce, going through a rouge at the start of the race. I don't know, especially when you're going to gain half a second up the following straightaway. But other than that, I mean, I'll take it. I finished, so we'll leave it there.
You finish, you load up the truck with a full car right there, and I gotta say, is today the debut of the new Downforce Racing page because they look absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Everyone probably noticed as we term it inside the team, our Skittles. We all wanted to have liveries so you knew what team it was, but so you also know who the driver was. So as you guys could tell, we got a complete change around from what you're used to seeing. Oliver Koala helped us out with that. Well, I mean, we paid him, but he did all the hard work, and we just told him what colors we wanted, So yeah, so the drivers that were here, we got them all sent through, so everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, we love them up in the booth, and you might need to go to the I will make your iRacing car actual diecast guy because
Go for it.
they look really good.
Well, I know I mentioned it a while back. I mean, this is months ago, but it takes a while to appease 8 or 9 different people, and then to get a baseline that everyone likes, so you're not copying someone else. I mean, there's just so much with it today that, we're happy. It's good. Everyone likes it. I'm glad you guys like them.
Well, next week we head to Okayama. Do you think the new paint juju will help you out there?
I don't know. I've been balancing new setups, trying to adjust my driving to the new setups. We had a balance change a couple of weeks ago that I'm still adapting to. If my old setup is still dialed, then yeah, I'll definitely look forward to it. But if I go to turn it and it just drives off the track, then yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll see you in the commentary booth next week. Is that what you're saying?
Probably, yeah, probably not. I'm not that exciting unless I'm crashing or getting hurt. That's about it. But maybe.
Well, anyway, before you go find out how the car is and how Okayama is treating you, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank, and yeah.
Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. I thank people who have donated for season 2. Although we kind of got to step it up if you actually want to have a broadcast. We're about a third of the way there. So I'd like to thank. I think it's Ben Hokel who's going to take over the weekly post for Alessandro. So that'll be really helpful. And anyone else who's ever took part or driven in the series, it's nice to have you. Hopefully you stick around.
Yeah, congrats on a great race, Eddie. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys. Sounds
Hopefully.
good. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it snows. I mean, I think I'm out of the championship, so if it snows, I might go out on the snowmobile, crack another tooth.
$7,000 man, Eddie Samborski, everyone.
Thank you.
Get his famous $7,000 taco. Soft taco.
That is an
I-
expensive
I-
taco.
It was a soft taco. I don't know how you do that.
You got me. You got me.
Well, Eddie certainly knows how he did that. So once again, congrats, Eddie, on a P3. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Apex Racing TV for another round of the iRacing Formula 3.5 Championship here at Spa. I'm Austin. I've been joined by Dennis Branch, who's been pulling double duty as production and co-commentator here today. Next week, we head over to Japan at Okayama. Thank you all for watching. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers, including Peter Berryman, John Robertson, Brandon Trano, and IndyCar World Champion Alex Palou. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.